This program is rated for all audiences. Please enjoy this feature presentation of the Crooked River Radio Network. This program is rated for all audiences.
4 guys on sports. 4 guys on sports. 4 guys on sports starts now.
Good morning, Browns fans.
Good morning.
Morning.
Cowboys fans.
Good to see y'all. What a wonderful Thursday we had.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wasn't bad.
Yeah.
In the snow and everything. Even Mother Nature wanted us to win.
Yeah. If we should have had the balls queued up for old Seamus Jameis.
Yep.
Person.
It was quite a game. I was going to try to grab a couple of clips from that game, but then I started thinking it would be a copyright infringement if I used them, and they're one of the few things that actually tell you during the game if you use it without written consent that you can be sued. So we'll just sit and talk about it. So what's going on with the rest of y'all? What's happening down there in Dallas? Anything noteworthy?
Man, Thanksgiving, that's going to be a horrible watch. Cooper Rush and
What they play, New York?
yeah, whatever that dude is, whatever DeVito. Danny DeVito.
So he's done, right? So didn't he say? So he's gonna be done, man. They're gonna be done with him, right?
Yeah, they got Daniel Jones is no longer with the Giants.
Right.
Yeah, he was let go.
Man.
Wow.
He asked for his release, actually.
I expect
He's
there's going to be probably.
He's going to Cleveland, man.
Ain't nobody coming to Cleveland.
Daniel Jones.
I don't want him in Cleveland, man.
No, they don't. But I'm saying some people think he's in the. I'm like, man, this stiff ain't, man. You better leave that dude alone, man. Let him enjoy that money he made.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you.
Good, man.
I thought about this the other night. I have a theory of what's going to happen with Cleveland. Cleveland, as most everybody around here knows, wants to build another stadium. And that stadium will likely be a dome stadium out in Brook Park. Not very far from where it's at now, but it's off the lake, and it's what Haslam wants is a shopping mall because of the revenue it'll generate for him. And if he wants it, that's fine.
Malls or anything, it's going to be other stuff too. If it's anything like down here.
But what he's wanting to do, and he's got 4 years to do this, because I think the stadium lease is up in 28.
Yeah.
I think. Well, what I think he's going to do, he's going to take and get. He told everybody to tank this year, and since they weren't really doing that well anyway, they just decided to let it go. What he's going to do he's going to get himself a draft pick, a number 1 draft pick this year, and we're going to start slowly but surely rebuilding towards that 4-year mark. And when they go into that new stadium, that's probably going to be the high point of of the next build. That's theory. I haven't heard this from anybody or any, but it makes a lot of sense if you think about it, because he's going to want a team. If he's going to move into a new stadium, he's going to want a team that's going to win there right off the bat. And then I look for him to become a silent owner, which he's not been much of recently. You see him out and about here pretty much all over the place. Him and D has them both. We'll see what happens, but something to keep in mind. Now let's talk about something else here. While I got it on my mind, I gotta find a clip of it here. Yeah, I'll be patient for me a minute. And this was actually Thursday night. What I was playing over and over in my head.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Pittsburgh! Pittsburgh sucks! Pittsburgh sucks! Pittsburgh sucks! Pittsburgh sucks!
Yeah. You know something, Pat? You mentioned, about them getting a number 1 draft pick. How many years of draft picks and all that stuff did they trade off when they got Watson?
I think this will be the first year that they will have a first round.
Third or 3 or 4 years worth of firsts.
Yeah.
I think they scheduled to be able to pick, and they will be picking about number 7 is, I think, the way it's kind of projected in 25.
I don't think they go after a quarterback this year, but I think next year there's going to be a couple of them coming out.
Yeah, for whatever reason. Well,
The name
I
that
read.
Brown should look at his arch.
Yeah, so they don't really want Shador.
Man.
Well, you've got two or three players that aren't going to be around more than another couple of years, and including, unfortunately, Miles. Garrett was one of the things that made that game the other night. He was one of the players that really made that game. He was inspired by something that J.J. Watt did, or T.J. Watt did. And when he got Player of the Year, Player of the Year last year, T.J. Watt said that he didn't deserve it, that he thought he did. And that pissed Miles off. And Miles called him out right before the game and said, "I'm going to show you what a Player of the Year does." And he had three sacks in the first half.
That's insane. That's insane, man. And
he won that, man.
Well,
and considering that he was double teamed a lot.
That's the thing. And rivalries are made of, Gordy.
Yeah. But I'm saying that the fact that he was double teamed a lot, and actually, if you go back and watch game film, you'll see where he's getting, he's engaged with 3 guys blocking him before he gets back there.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he throws people out the way. He's like Watt in the sense that he's big and strong and just freakishly athletic.
Man, he went at Pittsburgh though. I mean, he went at them.
And I wish they would have done this every week. They would have done this every week. We wouldn't have been sitting here talking about how bad they were.
I guess they should have had somebody to call him, call him out every week.
Well,
maybe he could play like that every week. But man, he went at them.
But in saying that, okay, now every week he wasn't the only one. He needs some help.
Yeah, he needs some help. Absolutely.
After that second half, they were double and triple teaming him.
Yeah, they were triple teaming him. They quieted him down even more. But I'm saying, he's a guy that they game plan for. Most teams game plan for anyway. And so the thing of it is when you draw on double and triple teams, then what's that other side doing?
Yeah, that's true.
But man, I tell you though, man, Cleveland showed up though, man, because even like you making that point, but outside of Garrett, man, Cleveland went at man, they went at Russ, man, they made him look bad all game long. To be honest, I get it, he had over 200 yards. I mean, but it wasn't.
But
They went at him. They went at him.
Yeah, but keep in mind when you can't run the ball, it's so much easier to tee off on the quarterback.
And, well, they couldn't run it against Cleveland. They couldn't do nothing against Cleveland.
Right. But I'm saying once when you're able to shut down the run and you forcing them on second and long, third and long, hey.
Man, they couldn't make it on third and short, man. They couldn't make it they had two opportunities, third and short, third and inches. They couldn't make it, man. And then turn it over on fourth down trying to make it. So, man.
Well, again, but keep in mind, if you can't run the ball against Dallas Cowboys, if you can't run the ball, you're going to be a bad team.
Yeah, but keep in mind, they look good running the ball typically. That's the thing. They just couldn't run. They couldn't run.
That was pretty much thanks to Chubb.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Chubb is actually getting back in his own again.
Yeah. Chubb looked real good.
And he looked really good.
Looked good.
Now, I don't know where he is contract-wise, but I don't think that Cleveland's going to be able to retain him either. Of course, he's getting older. They may not want to. But that was one of the things they did right in all the years that they got a running back. That was one of the.
Yeah, I will say that because I remember when he came out, and I remember you and I, Gordon, was talking about it when he got drafted. Because I was like, man, why did he take? Man, he took it or something. Because I was kind of complaining about it. And he was high up on it from day one.
Yeah,
and he's earned his keep from day one too.
And that's the thing. You got to especially look at your quarterbacks, and depending on what type of quarterback you better have a really good running back.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have a good running back. If there's only a few Brady's and Mahomes and guys like that in the league. You're not going. Those are generational players. But speaking of that, I still got to say something. Got to go back and say something about oh boy, because they handed KC a loss.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
Buffalo. Josh Allen, that dude is something else. He is. I love that dude, man, because of the way that he can the dude can put his shoulders down and run, man. He different. And he's been durable in it. He's been able to be maintain, be healthy at the same time, because that dude, man, he ain't doing a whole lot of slide. But then again, if you're a defensive back, you better come with something when you go to tackle that big country boy.
And he reminds me of Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, but he's a lot. To me, he's more athletic.
But
yeah,
in terms of build,
yeah, because that's a big dude, man, and he's he's got good speed for his size, and he just, hey, man, I'm gonna bring it, So yeah, he's a little different. So that was great. That was, to me, that was the thing. They KC got that loss, but I think that's it. KC, they're gonna roll now. They got that loss under their belt, but man, I love him. And I don't know what it is, but he always brings his A game against KC.
As such as Joe Burrow.
Yeah. But and it's different with him, But again, he's frail. Fragile. I don't want to say frail. He's fragile. He's subject to getting hurt, you know. He go to running, man, and somebody put a lick on him. That's it. Good one. Versus Josh Allen, man. You know, you see collisions and you see a defender land there. So.
Well, KC have a good chance to rebound. You figure they got a bye week, you know, because they play the Panthers tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
Yeah. Yeah, they mop and sop that up, man. And, you know, and then crazy part is now they got Cooper there. Wow. And which is good because they really, the KC don't have the type of weapons that they had in the past as far as receivers go. But Hunt's career has been revived there.
You talking about the Hunt from Browns?
Yeah.
Wow.
Kareem.
Hunt. Yeah, that's where he started.
Uh-oh.
Remember, he got in trouble, and they released him.
Signal.
And then Cleveland got him for a little bit of nothing. I was like, they got Chubb and Kareem Hunt? I was like, wow, that was a smart.
I don't know what from Cleveland. I didn't understand the dynamic. The reason why Cleveland was so. You remember they didn't sign Kareem Hunt like, you know, last year. You know, they let him sit on ice and then they picked him up. You know, when they need him, Chubb gets hurt, they pick him up. And then I'm back at this thing again, man, where they decide to let dude go. I'm like, I don't understand Cleveland, man.
They've made some good moves in the past, and I think I know why they let him go this time around, you know, but, you know, cap space money and all that and everything. But at the same time, because keep in mind, look what they did to Dallas, man, when they got Cooper. They got a good receiver for nothing.
I mean, but that's the only thing. That's. I mean, what else can you think of they done? What other good decision can you think of?
Well, sometimes you have to because of dead cap space and all these other things that you have to do. So I get it, you know, for that reason. Now, probably in hindsight, one of the worst things they did was got the quarterback.
He what?
You know, that was probably one of the worst moves. But you know, they've made some pretty good moves.
Yeah, I don't know.
All of them hadn't been great. One of them was horrible in hindsight.
I guess I look at the moves they made and I look, do they translate into wins? And when I look at it from that perspective, I'm not really seeing too much they've done positive.
Well,
you know.
You got to look too at the track record of Andrew Berry. He's been probably one of the better general managers Cleveland's ever had because of the talent he's picked. But that was a complete boner as far as that flipping Watson goes. That trade should have never, ever, ever happened.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're suffering for it.
Absolutely.
We've lost cap space and everything else because of it. And it's just raw, you know. He that was one of them he should have stayed away from that he didn't.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the reason why they've had to lose a little bit of some quality players because of that. Because you know they've done some good things, but that was the one. That's the reason why you don't have Hunt. You know, but at the same time, at this point, you don't need Hunt. That's not the issue. You don't need Hunt. That's not the issue.
They need everything. And, you know, and like I say, you know, winning Thursday was an admiration, man. I mean, you know, they won, you know, and win, but nobody don't really expect them to, you know, do too much, you know.
Yeah.
And I just look at it, to me, they make so many bad decisions. To me, you know, Cleveland is basically, man, in that same bucket as Chicago.
No.
They don't know how to win. They don't know how to make
Chicago. Yeah. Chicago. No, Cleveland's not there. And I'm gonna tell you, a team that makes even worse decisions, personnel-wise, is the Dallas Cowboys.
You say that, I don't see it.
Horrible, horrible decisions, Nate.
Yeah,
We
what they
talk
got the
about a
same
team-
record.
Wait a minute. Look. Okay, all right. Last year, where was Dallas ranked against the run? They was at the bottom. What matter of fact, defense against the run as well as running the ball. What moves did they do to make it better?
Well, granted, they brought back Zeke Elliott, man. They brought back Zeke.
None. They did none. They did bring back a running back who has declined his yards per game has gotten worse every year. They brought him back. And halftime they don't even play him. Not that, which it doesn't matter. He's not that good anyway. But my point is this: is that they have. So when you look at it, they didn't make any moves. That's the reason why Jerry got called out on that show and got upset with them. Told them they need to, they may be looking for another job because it was a flagship station for the Cowboys, and he was upset that they challenged him on lack of moves when Derrick Henry, who wanted to come to Dallas, is playing with the Ravens for like $6 million a year. Nate, NFL standards, that's not a lot of money.
Right.
There was, other players that they had a chance at getting or could have taken a look at. Saquon,
Right.
And they didn't.
Yeah.
And you know that you are a horrible running team. And you're going to say, we're going to go with these cats that we got because they've proven that they can't run the ball. What do you do? So there, like I say, let's talk about GMs. And our GM happens to be our owner. So it ain't like you can fire him.
Well, that was your first mistake.
And so, and in that, Pat, you made the statement about the owner being, more upfront. Well, hey, man, Jerry does a radio show every week. Come on, man. This dude is, he's upfront.
Oh, he was even on the Tyson fight.
Yeah.
What an owner. He was actually on the, they actually did an interview with him on the Tyson fight. I was impressed. Jimmy Haslam would have never done that.
So when you talking about somebody being up front, you hadn't seen up front. Me and Shawn, we like when you saying that, we shaking our head over there like, boy, he just don't know.
Oh man.
Well, my whole thing with being up front is with the Browns, there needs to be more transparency with the owners. And as a fan, I've been a fan of that team since, for Christ's sake, 1964. I might look at this thing. I might look at that ownership and everything of that, and that the working of that team different than a lot of other people would. I see what's going on there. You'd have to be blind not to. When you see coaches that aren't communicating, when you see a head coach that's trying to play some of the more difficult games and he's not using his play caller or his offensive coordinator, and there's no cohesion there in the whole damn team, offense or defense, and you got one of the best defensive coordinators in the flipping league. Schwartz is one of the better ones out there. And when he's standing there on the sidelines with his arms crossed, like, I don't give a fuck. Excuse my French, but This is transferring into your team. Motivate them. Get them to play. And I think what Stefanski does a lot of times is he's starting to learn how to do that again. Since they took the play calling away from him, it's been a little bit better. Should he go back to play calling? No, I don't think so. If they're going to keep him, especially. Some of the best Browns teams I've ever watched was when Brian Sipe was there. And that offensive coordinator, I believe, was Lindy Infante. And that was the most awesome play caller the Browns have ever had. He was the most creative of anything I've ever seen, up until that one Super Bowl a couple of years ago, where that guy, I don't remember who was playing, but every time the one team got the ball, they just went at him offensively with everything in the book and then some. And that's the way this guy was. If he, if he thought something should be in there, he just called it. Do you have that now? Oh, it's got to go through. Maybe Stefanski might use it, he might not. And then he's going to put it out to the quarterback who, well, he might misinterpret it a little bit and call this. And then he throws an interception. And this just pisses me off, I guess. So what it sounds like to me is you guys in Dallas have got a lot of similar problems to what the Browns do.
Yeah.
And it all comes down to coaching and ownership and general managing.
It is similar. You got a well-paid quarterback. Oh boy, it is funny though, the similarities between the two teams. Both of them got well-paid quarterbacks.
Oh yeah. And I don't really fault them that much for paying Dak. What were they going to do? Who else was available?
So you got that running back situation nailed down, and then figured out what they were going to do with Dak.
But I mean, come on, if we'd let Dak go, we'd have been with Cooper Rush. So if you just went with Cooper Rush, you'd already thrown in the towel on your season. Mm-hmm. And in that, okay, you sign, and then if I'm CD and you let Dak go and you sign and you say, okay, we're going Cooper Rush, oh man, I'm ticked. As a receiver, you got to think about that as well. So they were, how can I say this? To say the least, they didn't have a whole lot of choice in that. He had to pay him.
You got to wonder how some of these quarterbacks stay in the league. Just like Rush there, and some of what's actually starting to become our second-year rookie at DTR. Every time he hits the field, he gets hurt.
Well, the thing about it is that some of these quarterbacks, okay, this is what he's going to do. This is what he's going to make his career as a backup. And they're backups for a reason.
Man, please. Some of them cats don't have no business being in the league, man.
Well, you're going to be a backup for a reason. But at the same time, when you say that, that's one of the tougher positions to fill. You can't just go out there and get, you can't go out there and get Lamar Jackson. He's under contract over here. And then at the same time, Lamar Jackson says, man, I don't want to play with y'all. So that's one of the tougher positions to fill. So you have this where, okay, all right, your job is to be ready. Hopefully we won't need you, but maybe if you can, maybe a game or two, okay. But that's the reason why they have all those rules to protect the quarterback.
Yeah.
So the reason behind, the method behind the madness is because you can't just stick anybody back there, even as a backup. But hopefully, let's say like, you've got a premier quarterback like one of the top quarterbacks in the league. And if you have a great defense, maybe that backup can win you a game or two in a crunch. But a lot of times, if you don't have a good defense either, or let's say you don't have a good run game, then you're going to really see how much that backup struggles. You know, sometimes you get lucky.
And sometimes you should have quarterbacks that will come out, and if they need to, play the rest of the season without missing a beat from the first one. The case I have in mind there is was it the Vikings a couple of years ago, where they had their quarterback got knocked out 2 or 3 games in, and this kid come in and took him to the damn Super Bowl. I don't remember what the hell team that was. I think it was one either the Vikings or Minnesota.
Talking about Philadelphia.
Yeah, Philadelphia was one of the ones that did that.
All right, that's probably the one I'm thinking of then. I know.
And to be honest, Purdy did that pretty much the same thing too. To be honest, you know.
Yeah.
Purdy, you know, came in and kind of rested, even though now he didn't, you know, turn back into you know what he is.
But you know, you gotta pay these guys, and when you pay them, you expect them to actually do what they're supposed to do. And if it's play 6 games, they're going to play 6 games. If it's going to be 16 games, it's going to be 16 games. They should be able to step right in but it seems like this ownership or these ownerships don't want to pay that much money and put 2 decent quarterbacks on the same team. I've seen a lot of that. Even the Browns do that. Look at what they've picked in the past. And what they've got with Jameis, with Jameis Winston here, he's actually a pretty decent quarterback, but he gets intercepted a lot. He doesn't have his throws aren't exactly what one would say is a top rate NFL quarterback, but he does what he needs to do in a pinch. That's how he won that game last.
He's serviceable.
Yeah, he's serviceable, right? And if he calms himself down and starts making decisions on the throws, he does a lot better with it. When the first couple of games he was in for the Browns, he was just throwing all over the place, and it was because he was nervous and he wasn't used to the or he wasn't used to the offense.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is that, and then when you get thrown in under certain situations, and like I say, some guys handle that pressure better than others, you know, knowing that, okay, I got to get in here and I got to, almost every play, I got to drop back and throw the ball. And then, you know, defenses will play, you know, a 2 deep safety set or something like that, and they'll look and say, okay, all right, we're going to, you know, we keep it underneath, and if the guys don't catch, that's even better. But we're going to press him to where they got to throw it quick. He doesn't have time, you know. So in that, if you're not well studied on your defenders, you know, then you're going to struggle.
And I'll tell you one thing I'd like to see more of too, is a lot of these teams will run trick plays on 4th down. And you'll bring in your alternate quarterback because I see the Browns do this a lot. That's why I'm saying it. He'll come in for one play and say he's a bigger guy than what your other quarterback is, and you've got 4th and 1, and you're going to do a sneak. You know, your second quarterback will step in there, do the play, and then goes back out. I'd like to see more of that. Is there? I don't know if there's a rule that says you gotta play the whole game with one quarterback.
No, what you look at a lot of time is analytics. They look at it and they say, okay, the probability of this versus that, And then also let's look at, how strong is our defense? Should we not get this first down? We put our defense in a bad situation here, or, so it's a whole thing. There's someone up there who's running stats, up there in the booth also a lot of times saying, hey, look, okay, well, if you do this, this is the likelihood of this being successful. It's gotten technical. It's funny that you say that, but it is kind of technical, the way they decide on certain plays and when they're going to run it. Now if your back is against the wall, so to speak, but ideally when you run those plays when you are, catching your opponent off guard.
Well, the other thing about that though, Gordy, is if you take and keep bringing that guy in again, for part of a game, 3-4 plays, you're keeping him fresh.
Mm-hmm.
True.
You're letting him work with the offense.
True.
I think that, to me, that's what I'd want on a team.
I think that's what Cleveland is. Excuse me. I think that's what Pittsburgh call themselves trying to experiment with now.
Pittsburgh come in here thinking that we were going to be an automatic win. That was the whole thing, and boy, did they get their ass surprised. That to me, I heard some comments going into that game from some of the players on Pittsburgh. Well, I don't even know where we're playing this game. It's an automatic W anyway. They just ought to give us the win.
Yeah, you circle certain ones, but they all know, man, this is the league where any given Sunday or any given game, so to speak, that wasn't a Sunday game, but
Yeah, that's what they get for taking us so light.
Sunday, you never know. You look at a team that was rolling like KC, and now Buffalo was a worthy opponent, but if it could be a team like a Dallas or Cleveland that will hand you one that you weren't expecting. But to say this, Pittsburgh is not like they're a great team this year.
Oh, they
So
think
I don't
they
know
are.
why they would come in. That would be the wrong approach for them.
They think they are.
And I guess in hindsight, there's a certain thing with a lot of athletes that there's that deal that, if I am the dog. If you throw 4 dogs in a room with one bone, I'm gonna be the dog to come up with the bone.
Let me ask you this though.
That's when I say that's what we say by saying that certain players had that dog in them.
Thinking what you just said. So let me ask you this. You guys think that Pittsburgh is how many playoff games you think they're gonna win?
Playoff games Pittsburgh going. I'm gonna have to look at their division where they are as far as their division goes. Will they be a wild card to get in their division?
Oh no, they're getting in, man.
What is their record?
They're leading.
They've got 3 losses now.
Yeah, they're 8-3.
They're
the top
8-3,
of the AFC North right now.
But their schedule coming up is tough.
They're not going to lose anything else.
They got Kansas City, Philly.
Kansas City. They're going to lose.
I'm going to tell you this. They're going to beat the brakes off of Philly. I'm not impressed with Philly.
They're going to lose.
Okay,
Philly. I'm picking Philly over. I'm picking Philly over Pittsburgh.
Man, please. They're going to beat the brakes off of Philly. See, keep in mind, first of all, Philly, the game that they beat, I don't even count that as I get it. The scoreboard said they beat the Commanders. The refereeing with all the fake, the calls one side of the game, man, I'm like, man, Philly is trash. I'm going to tell you now, Pittsburgh going to beat the brakes off of Philly. So they're going to beat the brakes off of Philly. and I'm not sure Kansas City gonna beat them.
You hear this dude, Nate? Okay, all right.
I'm not sure,
All right.
man.
Let's make some wagers.
But I'm gonna tell you now, man, they're gonna beat the brakes off of Philly.
Here's the remaining schedule for Steelers at Bengals, back against Cleveland.
They got the next game they play Cleveland. They're gonna beat the brakes off of them.
Baltimore versus KC and then Bengals.
They got a tough schedule.
They got a tough schedule.
They got the roughest schedule. They may have the toughest schedule.
I don't know, but I tell you what. Off top, I'm taking Philly, and I'm taking KC over them too.
I have to think about KC, but I can tell you,
you made that up.
Philly.
You made that up, man.
Ain't no way Philly gonna beat Pittsburgh. There's no way, man.
Boy,
Pittsburgh.
hey, wait a minute. You better see who's listening to the show, man. They may have you take a whiz quiz at work.
Philly ain't. You know what? Let me tell you something. Philly gonna have the same meltdown this year like they did last year, man. Philly trash, man. I looked at that game against the Commanders, and I felt like if that game, man, to me the reffing was. I'm looking at I'm like, man, really? I'm looking at how many holding calls Philly got away with against the Commanders. I'm looking at and I look at the ridiculous holding call that they called on the. I'm like, Philly, man.
Philly about Pittsburgh, and I'm gonna tell you what it is about Pittsburgh.
Philly.
I'm gonna tell you what I say about Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh got one of the best coaches in the league.
And they're gonna beat.
They got one of the best coaches in the league. But I'm gonna say this: Philly's defense is much healthier now. Whatever that brain fog that Jalen Hurts had, he's got that beyond him now. And then Saquon gonna do some more stuff, man. He allowed to hurl somebody backwards again, man.
It ain't Saquon that I
watch against Philly, and Nate, you watch now against Philly. Saquon gonna have at least 100 yards. He gonna have at least 80 yards.
I don't care if he has 200 yards.
Philly will have over 100 yards rushing.
Pittsburgh gonna beat the brakes off of Philly. You might as well for that game. You can already pencil me down.
He said he don't even know if they gonna beat KC. Boy,
I'm saying I'm not sure, man. That's gonna be a tough game.
So they're probably going to the Super Bowl, huh?
Look at the way
they're probably going to the Super Bowl, right, Nate?
I'm not going that far.
They probably going to the Super. No, man, they that good, man. They probably going to the Super Bowl.
No, I'm just sure that they're going to beat the brakes off of Philly.
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen with them.
I'm sure that Philly is not that good.
You know what's going to happen with Philly? They're going to be a wild card team. They're going to get it on a wild card.
Philly is this current year's Dallas Cowboy.
They're going to get it in a wild card.
It's like, man, it bums, man. Man, Philadelphia.
Wait a minute. This the dude that called Amari Cooper a bum.
You see how he was playing before he left Cleveland. Yeah. What did he look like in Cleveland this year?
What did their quarterback look like in Cleveland this year?
You know what I'm saying?
What did their quarterbacks look like in Cleveland?
We don't know what is the problem or Amari.
What was the problem?
Amari did play a game with Jameson.
And hey, man, what is he doing in KC?
Sitting on the bench.
He's showing out. He was showing out.
They didn't. All I know is they lost to Josh Allen. Look,
they lost to who?
They lost to Josh Allen, KC, didn't
they? Okay. But they've lost what? How many games?
But that's the point I'm making.
And wait a minute.
How they won.
And wait a minute. And how they lost was their defense got beat, man. It wasn't their offense so much as their defense got beat.
Well, the offense got to score more points to win, though. It's both sides.
Man, look at here. Josh Allen ran all over those dudes, man. Is Josh Allen the quarterback? Last time I checked, he's a quarterback, right? He's not the running back.
Yeah, but hey, look,
Last time I checked, I'm just saying, man, you need to watch the game like I watched the game.
I watched the game. Well, you know what? I'll be
I
honest.
pay
I didn't
attention
watch
to
that
what
game.
they're doing, man.
I didn't watch that game because I knew who was going to win.
But and it's just like the Philly and Commander game. Who won that game?
The referees did. I watched the game. The referees did.
All right. Well,
All right, we need to.
Because I gotta go, man.
We need to make a couple of quick things here, and
The
then
refs won. We got robbed.
I want to cover one more subject before we go into the picks, and that is the Cleveland Cavaliers finally ended up losing a game, and since they've lost that game, they've actually gotten better. I think that if they would have played them, that team that beat them now, they probably would have beat them. But things like that, all good things got to come to an end.
Yeah, they had a bad game.
And but that to me, that's just winning 15 in a row. That's practically unheard of in today's basketball things.
Time for them to get another 15 in a row now.
Well, they're working on it. I think they've won 2 or 3 straight now. Again,
They've only played one game.
oh,
Yeah,
it's
one
only been
game.
one. I thought they
Yeah,
won
they-
2. Anyway, we can move into the picks if you want to.
Okay.
How did we do this week?
Gordon won with 11, and then I had 10, and you and Nate each had 9.
We need to. Oh, you should have had the applause keyed up. Finally won, man.
Yeah, well, we
Finally won.
Gordy
Yeah,
won.
better.
Wait. Well, we got something that'll. It wasn't one of these.
the-
Gordy
go on.
won. All right, here we go. How about that, Gordon? Hey, good enough.
Gordy,
I love you, Pat. You're the man.
I need to see Gordy's checking account. He might have wrote the officials, man, the check.
Now, if Shawn would have won,
That commander in Phillies game, man.
if Shawn would have won, I would have played this.
I love boobies.
All right, well, let's get into the picks. Everybody's got to go.
Oh boy.
First game of the week is Minnesota at Chicago.
You picking Chi-Town, Gordy?
Minnesota.
Nate, you gonna take Chicago, man? We're gonna put Nate down for Chicago. Everybody else going with Minnesota.
I'll take Minnesota.
Oh boy. Nobody don't want to take Chi-Town?
No. You taking Chi-Town?
Please. No, that's all right.
Oh, okay.
I passed.
All right, Detroit at Indianapolis.
I got Detroit.
Detroit.
I got to take Detroit.
Their best start since 1934. All right. New England at Miami.
Miami.
Whew.
You guys think that?
That's going to be a real close game too. But I like Miami. But that's not going to be a cakewalk. That's probably going to be the closest game of the week.
Maybe, but yeah, I Miami's gonna win that.
Yeah, I guess I'll take Miami with the group.
Tampa Bay at Giants. BB.
Nate, you going to Giants?
Baker at the Giants, huh?
Oh Lord.
Baker and the Giants sound like Benny and the Jets. Baker.
Who the quarterback for the Giants now?
Tommy DeVito.
DeVito, man. Danny DeVito.
That's pathetic.
Probably
You know the
looks
guy that
like
played
him.
in Twins?
That's pathetic, man. Yeah, gotta go with Faker Mayfield, man.
No, not Nate. You gonna go with Baker?
Yeah, man.
Hey, Gordy, you want to know why?
Why is that?
He's got. This is what Nate thinks.
God, did you see his cute butt? Woohoo!
Lord help him. Oh boy. What a mature bunch. My goodness. Lord help him.
This is the first time in the whole damn season I've actually been able to have a decent because my team won.
All right, the next game is Dallas and
I'm
Washington.
looking forward to this for 2
Dallas at
days.
Washington. Who you got, Nate? You
I got
taking
my team.
Dallas?
You got your team?
You taking Dallas?
Depends on if them referees are there, the same ones that gave the Philly game,
You know what?
the Philly victory. But I wonder if we can tell who the ref's gonna be. I hope it ain't
You know
the
what?
same bunch.
I'm taking
I'm taking the
Washington +7. No, +10. I'm taking
You better
Washington
be-
+10.
But you might want to know who the refs are, man, because
I'm taking Washington +10. It doesn't matter, man.
They're
because
hating on the rookie.
it really
man.
doesn't matter. I mean, if I go out there and run the ball, Washington gonna win, and that's about what Philly has.
All right, so
They got somebody 60 years old running the football, man.
You got a cute butt.
And, so who you take?
Well, if it was me, they may say that.
Who are you taking, Dad?
What was that? Washington and Dallas?
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
take Washington.
Sir, them Commanders, boy. You know how
Yes,
we
sir.
rock it, boy.
They're rocking. They couldn't beat Philly, but they're rocking.
Then them referees won.
It
like,
couldn't
man.
beat Philly.
JC
Man,
is Carolina.
Run them jokers out of town.
Nate
Say it
taking
again.
Carolina. I got
Man,
KC,
boy.
man.
I got KC, man, in that one.
I'll take KC also.
But
They-
KC probably won't beat. Wait a minute, you said KC probably won't beat who is that?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, yeah.
All right, Tennessee at Houston.
I'm rocking
take
with
Taking
Houston.
Tennessee, man.
Houston.
I'm going with Houston.
Tennessee's trash.
I'm taking Houston.
I think Houston's not very good, but I'm taking.
No, they're not that good this year. They're better last year, but I'm still going with Houston.
Denver at Vegas. I'm going with Denver.
That's another toss. That's a toss-up game there, man. That's a toss-up game.
I'm going to have to take Vegas on that one.
I don't know, man. They look good.
Denver's all right. You know, that'll be a pretty
I think I'm rolling with Denver.
that'll be a pretty decent contest, but I don't know.
Denver
I
put a
just
whooping on whoever it was last week.
Yeah, they had a lucky game. I mean, but I'm rolling with Denver.
All right. Next game is San Fran at Green Bay.
You know, I'm going with Green Bay.
They're pretty good, but
San Fran looking like trash this year, man. I'm going with Green Bay.
well, all the injuries that they have had, and
Yeah, because I picked them thinking they done going to do, man.
if Debo was back, if Debo playing again, I don't know with him. They say sometimes, he may not play, but I'm gonna go ahead and take San Fran.
I'm going, man.
Green Bay hadn't played well. They hadn't done well this year. I mean,
But look at Green Bay. San Fran is 500 record right now, man. I can't roll with them.
I'm taking
Yep.
San Fran.
I'll take San Francisco just because I like
I
them.
got Green Bay.
Bunch of cheeseheads out there anyway.
All right. Next game, Arizona at Seattle. That should be a good game.
Yeah, Kyler Murray.
Yeah, that's another team kind of. Arizona can kind of have those Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde performances. One day they
Oh
come out.
man, that one there was a toss up for me.
Then another time.
Let me see which way y'all going.
whatever.
I know which way I'm gonna go.
I think I'm going with Zona. Where they playing at?
At Seattle.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm still inclined to go with Arizona.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't think Harbaugh's got the. He's not got it all together.
I'm gonna take Seattle just because Nate taking Arizona, so we have something to argue over.
Yeah, I'm going with Seattle. Who are you taking, Dan?
I'll take Arizona. I just don't think Harbaugh's got it together.
Harbaugh's on the Chargers, not Seattle.
Oh, I don't know why I keep saying that.
All right, next game is Philly at the Rams.
Who you taking, Nate?
I'm sorry. I was looking at the game. I'm sorry.
Philly at the Rams.
Say the Rams and who?
Philly.
The cheaters. I roll with Philly.
What?
I think, because the refs. I mean, it's like for whatever reason,
Philly.
Man,
I'm taking Philly.
They pick these teams, and they try to make them. They want them to win.
Wait a minute. Nate, you said you taking Philly?
Yeah, I'm taking
Wow,
Philly.
man.
They're not better than the Commanders.
I'm taking
They're not better than Pittsburgh, but I take Philly.
They gonna wax Pittsburgh. They gonna wax them.
They're not, Gordy.
All right, who you got, Dad? Philly at Rams.
I got to go with Philly. That's my team.
Okay. All right, Monday night game is Baltimore at the Chargers. The Harbaugh brother.
Ooh wee.
Who?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I keep turning to the Ohio State game and go ahead. Say it again.
The Harbaugh game. Baltimore at the Chargers.
Wow. The brothers, man. Wow. I got to rock with B More, man, because they got to bounce back. So I think I'm going with B More.
I was thinking the same thing. I'll take Baltimore on that one.
I'm going
to go to Chargers. I'm going to Chargers because they playing there.
And Chargers have been playing decent too. So, all right, let me get to the next week here. All right, Thursday night, Turkey Day games. Chicago at Detroit.
Detroit, man.
Detroit, not a question.
Really?
I'm going Detroit.
Really?
Yeah.
Indiana about to score, y'all. My goodness, man.
Yeah. Everybody. I think everybody's going Detroit, man. Detroit's a brother.
I'm going to tell you, Detroit's doing better this year than they have in a long time.
That's what I said. Oh, right. Giants at the Cowboys.
Gosh.
That's going to be a regular barn burner. That's going to be a barn burner.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Cowboys, but
it's more like
a horrible matchup, man.
More like an outhouse burner.
Barn burner, man.
Cooper Rush and Danny DeVito. Oh, man, that's going to be trash, man. I may not even watch. I'm going to eat turkey till I pass out.
You'll watch it. Don't give me
Gosh, it's trash.
Don't give us that.
Man, that's trash, man. But
you're with Dallas the way I am with the Browns. I'm not going to watch them. I won't even watch that trash. And then all of a sudden,
come on, man,
Sunday comes along,
Rush,
and
man.
there you go. You're watching that damn team lose.
I'm gonna eat till I pass out.
So who you got, Dad?
Well, Dallas and who?
Dallas at New York Giants at Dallas.
I gotta take.
Jeez.
I gotta take Dallas.
It's so bad, Pat saying, which one is the worst?
That's what I'm sitting here thinking. Exactly what I'm thinking.
Who did Nate take? Nate took Dallas too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on
Nate
the
took
pay-per-view.
Dallas? Wow, imagine that.
I mean, Dallas, man, got all the right pieces, man.
All right.
They
Next
got
game.
Zeke.
Next Thursday night game is Miami at Green Bay.
I'm going to take Green Bay other.
I'm taking Green Bay on that
I'm
one.
taking Green Bay. Who are you taking, Nate?
Man, they wearing them out with flags. Green Bay. Man, they in Ohio State, man. They come on, y'all.
Okay, and then Black Friday game is Vegas at Kansas City.
Take KC.
Yeah, KC. That's
KC.
probably going to be the best one of the bunch.
All right. That's it on the picks.
You know, I take a picture. I'm fixing to get out of here.
All right, we need to, we can wrap this up for the week. Thanks, everybody that joined us. Coming up next is going to be Monday night, because tomorrow night Radioactive went on hiatus till December 1st. So any you Radioactive fans that listen here, we'll be off tomorrow night. Be back the Sunday after Thanksgiving. That'll be cool. That Monday is going to be, I think it's the Art of Argument again. Yeah, that's right, because we're off. No, I think it's Nanosecond. Yeah, and he was telling me he had a couple of things lined up for that show, so we will be on Monday night at 8, followed by this show the Saturday morning after the after Turkey Day. What are you guys doing Friday? Oh,
Man, working.
That's
Oh,
my
no,
birthday, man.
that's what?
Yeah,
What, Nate?
that's my birthday, man.
Your birthday?
Get out of here.
Wow.
Yeah, day after Thanksgiving.
Wow. Oh, my grandson's birthday is. When is TJ's birthday? Oh, I think it's that Saturday.
Wow. You got a lot of big days. You got Thanksgiving, my birthday,
Yes,
and your
sir.
grandson's birthday.
Yes, sir. Got my little brother's birthday and my grandson's birthday on top of it. That's big. It is big. And yeah, already early happy birthday to you, man. And brother, I'm glad that you having another birthday.
Amen to that one. Lord have mercy.
Thank
I'm
God
glad.
for that.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up so we can get on with our days. Y'all have a blessed week. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody that celebrates that. And we'll be back in another week. Won't that be fun? See y'all.
This is going to be